Greetings YouTube. Today I'm going to be doing another bargain video. We're going to start out with DVDs and books, and yes, I seriously need to edit my book collection. Yes I do. Okay, we're going to start over here. We have the Poseidon Adventure, which has 2 commentary tracks. Raising Arizona, I am a Nicolas Cage fan. 3 DVDs of Alton Brown's Good Eats. Each has 3 episodes, and these are the holiday episodes. Sweet episode, and I can't remember what the last one is, but they're some of the best episodes I happen to really like. It's got the turkey episode, and I'm telling you, you brine the turkey the way Alton Brown suggests you brine a turkey, and it always comes out awesome. We have Shark Tale, the film I haven't seen since it came out, I don't think. Then we have Solar Crisis, which is a science fiction film with Charlton Heston, Tim Matheson, Peter Boyle, and Jack Palance in it, and I had never heard of this thing. Apparently it isn't very good, but I don't care. I've got to see this. We have the Phil Hartman Saturday Night Live collection, The Best Of. He was an incredibly funny man, and he was taken from us far too soon. Robots, a film I've never actually seen. John Wayne's Chisholm, which I got for the commentary track. And Keanu Reeves and Gene Hackman in The Replacements, which is a film I've never seen, but I've heard very good things about, so I'm looking forward to that. And I like sports movies for some strange reason. We have the Portable Router book. I don't own a router. At some point, I want to own a router, so we have that. We have, pardon me, a Luke Cage graphic novel in kind of a film noir style, which is awesome. I happen to like that genre, and I like the character of Luke Cage. The Invisible Man, which is a biography of H.G. Wells. And while it says $1 on the cover, I paid $0.25 for it. The Berkshire Hills and Pioneer Valley, an explorer's guide of Western Massachusetts. My wife wanted that one. The Headless Horseman, Rides Tonight, More Poems to Trouble Your Sleep. I got that from my wife, both because she likes children's books, and it's got some very nice illustrations. The Mathematician's Lament, a Mathematician's Lament, which is about how public schools fail our children and fail to incite a love of mathematics, something I don't have, or didn't have in school. I have a greater appreciation for it now, however. Exotic Weapons of the Ninja, which covers some things I've already read, but look at the heck, it was a reasonable price, so I thought I'd give it a read. Packing for Mars, The Curious Science of Life in the Void by Mary Roach. She wrote the book Stiff, which I highly recommend. Very interesting book about cadavers. The Science of Supervillains, which should be entertaining. Dinosaur Sue, which is a Tyrannosaur Sue, which is about a specific skeleton that was fossil discovered of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and the story around that particular fossil find. Richard Dawkins, The Greatest Show on Earth. This is from 2010, and I haven't read any Richard Dawkins on evolutionary theory in quite a while, over probably 10 years, maybe more. So I thought that's in really nice shape. I got it for 50 cents, so I picked it up. And I fully endorse his views on evolutionary theory. I think that he is the greatest living mind we as a planet have on the topic. But I will only purchase his books used. I do not want to benefit this man at all financially, because outside of evolutionary theory, on every topic he discusses, he is a raging asshat. We have a track finder, which I got from my wife as well. Did Monkeys Invent the Monkey Wrench? Hardware Stores and Hardware Stories by Rick Staton. And I happen to like tools. The fascinating story behind 50 of the world's best loved books. And this is a story about the great books. Some of the great books that have been written in the world, and the kind of interesting characters and people that were around them. Not just the authors, but the people that were in their sphere of living. Thomas L. Friedman's Hot, Flat, and Crowded, which is about a green revolution. Akira Kurosawa's Something Like an Autobiography. And the Rodale Book of Composting. I bought that for my wife. So, next up, the non-book DVD items. And here we are at the second portion of my bargain video. Now, before anyone says anything, I know I have too many books. Between shooting the first section and shooting this section, and in the intervening 20 minutes, I went and edited out 30 books from my library. So I took more books out of my library, which I'm now going to donate as soon as my wife makes sure that she doesn't want any of them, than I put into it. So I have a negative book gain today. So give me a little room here. Cut me some slack. Okay, things that we have. Well, first off, we have this. It's a new sweater. It's actually got Argyle on it, which I use. I have purchased 2 sweaters this week. This one and a oatmeal colored wool cardigan to replace 2 sweaters that are no longer in play. One because it got eaten by moths, and the other because I washed it and it shrunk. So we're at net zero sweater gain. So first we have a bag here, which I purchased for a friend of mine just because I saw the bag and thought of her. We have a dinner plate, which has a cool swirly pattern on it, because I've been collecting some very eclectic dinnerware over the years, and I like the idea that eventually I will have no 2 pieces of dinnerware that match in our daily usage. We do have functioning sets of dinnerware if we need them, but I just happen to like having eclectic pieces I use on a daily basis. Here we have, no, it still has the price tag on the bottom. A nice beehive-shaped vase. I just happen to like that. The colors were nice, and I like the overall beehive shape. I have a stone vase here, a little one. I mean, it's not very deep. You put dry flowers or something in it. But I really like the colorations on this piece of stone, and it was nicely polished. Funny thing is, I'm paying for this, and the 2 cashiers are talking to each other, arguing how they achieved the glaze on this pottery. It's not pottery. I just kept silent. Here we have another stone piece. This is an egg cup. I like this because they had machined it to, or turned it to a fair thinness. I also like the patterning, particularly this light spot there. Here we have a small blue vase, which I thought was rather attractive. Again, it's not just the appearance or something and the colors. It's also the physicality of the object. I like the way it feels. Here we have 2 bowls, both of which will be going to my mother-in-law once the video is done. We got those at TJ Maxx. They were on, no, sorry, not TJ, Goodwill, because they were on sale. They normally are sold at TJ Maxx. I think we get them for a little bit less. But they're really cool. They got this little vent on top. Allows you to nuke things inside of them. And storing in ceramic, I think, is kind of nicer than storing in plastic. And this is an actual French copper bowl. Perfect for working in chocolate or other things. And when I purchased it, it had a small dent right there. Well, it wasn't actually small. It was about 1.5 inches in diameter, and it was dented into the bowl a good 1/2 inch deep. But I fixed that with a ball peen hammer and a bag full of rice to support it while I was fixing it. So there you go. And it's an actual French, there it goes, actual French logo. I think you might be able to see that, but it actually says made in France, which is kind of cool. And I decided if I'm going to have a collection of impact weapons, I might as well have a tiny little baseball bat, which I got for $1. And I have a cousin, a nephew rather, who's 2, so I can always hand that to him. Here we have a wall vase. My wife wanted to have something so we could put dried flowers or such in it. So I picked that up for $1. Kind of nice terracotta. I like the way that. This is a bargain because it's a new product, but it's only $8 at Tractor Supply, and that gives you the punch and the crimping tool and some grommets. So I'm like, for $8, that's an awesome deal. Then we have this, which is a gift for a friend of ours. We have this, which is also a gift for a friend of ours. I have a large key because I happen to have a fondness for keys. I really like the way the end of that key was, and I like the symbolism and potential for use of as a religious object. So I thought that was kind of nice. This is kind of funny. I picked this up off a shelf at a thrift shop, and I walked up and I asked them. I said, "Well, how much do you want for it?" Because there was no price on it. And she looked at me and she looked at I was buying like several things from her. She said, "Just take it." So I got a free die. It's from a game, I guess. And I have these. I got 4 of these This is from smartvest.net. Now, each of these weighs just a smidge over 1 pound, and it's not steel. It's way too small to be steel and weigh this much. So I have no idea what this material is. I've contacted the company and asked them. They have never gotten back to me, and I'm not even sure if it's still a going concern. Apparently, they used to sell a vest, then you would put these into it to weight it. You could put anywhere up to 8 of these in a vest, I guess. And these originally went for $15 a piece. That's insane. It's just a metal plate with some coating on it. But I picked them up, 4 of them for $3 at a thrift store, and I want to use them as clamps when I'm gluing things, so I can put these on an object to give a nice even pressure, which I think would be kind of useful. And last but not least, we have this sphere here. It's actually out of aluminum, and it is, in fact, hollow. There's a nice little lip right here. I'm going to have to clean the lip up a little. And you're probably asking yourself, why did I want this? I paid $2.50 for it. So what did I want to do with this? Well, anyone who knows me knows that one of my hobbies is making weapons. You see a trident and a Tetsubo in the corner. So I want to turn this into a mace head. And I've already worked out a method I think I can use to attach a pipe handle to it by using resin to fill the sphere, not fill it up, but fill up most of the sphere, say to up about here. Fill it from the bottom that way, to hold a shaft in place and to add some heft to it. I don't actually plan on ever hitting anything with this thing. It's aluminum. But I love the shape, and I think it would make a really cool weapon in my collection. It also reminds me a great deal of the Chinese meteor hammer, which is an item that you can find on some martial arts sites available for purchase. They are also hollow, but I believe they're made out of steel. So that was, again, for $2.50, that was a great deal. So these are the bargains I've collected in the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks, I guess, since the last time I published one of these videos. And I think I got some cool stuff and some new things to add to my household and books and DVD collection. And I hope all you folks have found bargains recently too.